Hello, Podcast Nation. Welcome to the Be Great, Be Kind, Steve Kim Experience Podcast, numero 10. I'm so excited, like really beyond excited, because two of my favorite people have found time in their crazy busy schedules. And when I mean crazy busy, I'm talking like ludicrous crazy busy schedules to carve out some time just to kind of share with us their experiences, speak their truth. They are two phenomenally genuine, kind, beautiful, wonderful people that I absolutely love. And so thank you so much, Aaron and Rachel from E&R Sweetery, for coming in and speaking with us on the podcast. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
No, that wasn't scripted.
We talk in unison
a lot. Yeah.
That is wild. Okay, so let's get right into it. So tell us a little bit about who you are individually, each kind of growing up in Thornhill. What was it like growing up as a kid? Tell us a little bit about that background story. So growing up in Thornhill.
Take it away.
Growing up in Thornhill. Thornhill was kind of like a bubble.
Okay.
But I liked the bubble. It was nice. You kind of knew most people in your community.
Okay.
One street I grew up on was amazing.
Yeah.
I knew every single neighbor.
Love
we had
it.
every celebration
Love it.
together.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We had our little hangouts, either like it was like the movie theater or Max Milk, which
Silver City. Promenade.
Yeah, Promenade. They had a great photo booth there. So I
Who
loved
doesn't
growing
love
up
a
in
photo
Thornhill.
booth? Yeah.
And whenever we used to go south, it was like the biggest mission. Like just to
Eglinton,
Forest Hill.
like getting to Eglinton was
My god, yeah.
a treat.
It's still like that now
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it's still like that now, and we had to like figure it out. You used to walk half the way, bus half the way. It was great though. It was adventures. It was fun.
Yeah.
So one unique thing about us, which I guess nobody knows, is we've actually known each other since like JK.
We were 3.
Yeah.
4.
We went to the same
That's
elementary
wild.
school, and I don't know, 25 years later, and we still love each other, but we'll get into that later.
Now, did you have that same level of friendship since like JK all through, or did you
We
grew
did
up
not.
together and you kind of did your own thing? Okay, let's get ready.
But nothing negative.
Yeah.
We were best friends since we were young until grade 8.
Yeah.
And after that, we went to different high schools, different universities, kind of just lost touch.
Yeah.
Followed each other on Facebook, stuff like that.
But very minimal contact, like different friend groups, a little bit of crossover, but not much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but then once we started working together again, it just back to normal.
So let's talk a little bit about that because, I've heard from a lot of people getting into business with a friend can be incredibly tricky. Most people actually say don't do it. Don't mix kind of business with friendship. So you managed to do that. And not only did you manage to do it, you're doing quite amazing things with that. So how do you navigate being friends and also operating a very successful business?
So don't tell any of my friends I'm telling anyone this, but I wouldn't do it with anyone else.
I say the same.
Yeah?
No one else.
So that's, people say that, but what does that really mean though? Like,
I'm gonna be all sappy and
I
say
know,
I
noticed,
hit the jackpot.
That gave me goosebumps, actually.
I've said many times, like, it was, like, better than winning the lottery. Finding a partner that, like, we are together longer hours you can imagine.
And then husband
and then
and
we
wife,
will
then
leave.
doctors, then
We will leave and go for dinner together.
That's wild.
Or, like, on the weekends, or we have, like, games nights, or, like...
Or we spent literally 18 hours at the bakery and we drive home and we spend we're on the phone the entire way home.
But that's incredible.
Yeah.
And I would say
Rachel
that
puts
that's
me to bed.
and I would say that that's not the norm in most
No.
business, I guess, relationships and friendships. But what is it though? Like, truly, okay, you love each other, obviously. I've known that for many years. But what is it? What is it about you together that it's just like you'll spend 18 hours together, then you'll go for dinner, and then you'll talk on the drive home separately, to go home. Like, but what is it?
I don't really know. We have the same we're so similar, but like the little things that she's different go so well with how I'm different. Like, we really even each other out, and we have the same sense of humor, the same taste in music, like,
which makes it much easier.
We're like sisters. I don't know. We're like family. We were born like
I also
5 days apart in the same hospital.
Really?
And
I didn't know that.
True.
That's crazy.
It's true.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
It just works.
And I trust her. I trust her opinions. I respect her opinions. Okay. Like
we don't always
important.
agree. It's not perfection.
No.
All day, every
so
day.
When
we disagree, but we disagree.
But I very much value her opinion. So, if I'm working on something or need an opinion on something, she is who I want to ask. I don't want to ask anybody else.
Got it.
And if someone else gives me their opinion, I don't want to hear it.
Didn't ask you.
Didn't ask them.
So, trust is obviously huge,
Very
foundational
important.
in your relationship. What about communication? Because you said it's true. You can't always agree, and you shouldn't expect that you're always going to agree on things. But how do you navigate through that? You have a disagreement. How do you work around that, work through that?
I can tell you from my personal personality, I'm very I will say what I think.
Awesome.
I will say it, and the good thing about Rachel is that she accepts it. She will.
She doesn't get defensive.
She doesn't get defensive.
I love it.
She I will say how I feel. If I don't like something or whatever, I will say it, and she doesn't fight me. She just we talk.
She listens.
She listens, and we talk through it. But it's important. That doesn't happen with everyone. She could fight back to me, and that would obviously be an issue.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean she agrees with what I say, but it opens up the conversation.
I love it. So you're never afraid to kind of speak your mind.
Exactly.
And I think that's huge. So many people hold back, right? Because they don't want to be perceived as coming down too hard, to be bossy, whatever. But it's kind of speaking your truth. Now, there's a difference between kind of telling someone this is how I feel, but saying it in a way that they actually hear you. They don't take what you're saying they're not taking it as offense.
Correct.
Right?
And I don't never try to say something in a rude way or anything. I just say how I feel and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Okay. Amazing. And I guess you would agree?
Yeah. I'm on the quieter side when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And I'm very not that it's a confrontation, but I'm very unconfrontational, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but constructive criticism, that's the only way we'll grow.
I love it.
That's how we've survived.
Yeah, and constructive criticism is huge, and I've been talking to a lot of people about constructive criticism. Although what people are saying to you is important, what's more important is how you interpret it, how you take that information and how you act upon that, right? Because a lot of people are criticism, no, you're just coming down hard on me, and people get so defensive, right? As opposed to just listening and then responding in kind of a constructive way. So awesome. So I know we talked a little bit about this. I know the incredible clientele that you've actually serviced with your amazing desserts, unreal. And the funny thing is even before we started this, you were going through, you're there's a lot, and there are a lot. So can you just share with them maybe the one person who doesn't know E&R Sweetery, some of the amazing clientele that have actually had you service their events? Because it's quite extensive and exhaustive, and you've only been in the business
3.5 years,
which is crazy. So can you just share with us some of the amazing clients you've
lots of
provided
companies
for? Big companies like the Sony Center.
Wow.
We've done
work with Saks off Fifth
Avenue. Oh, Saks off Fifth. GFL.
Okay, Green for Life. Yeah.
I feel like we've done so many logos. We've done
gas companies.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. The gas companies.
Put on. We do lots of work with Pusateri. We have a little bit of a partnership there. And then people like some of the Make Believes.
Zach Hyman. Sorry.
Brian Gluckstein.
Wow, mega designer.
Yeah, so we've worked with quite a few amazing
We were
people.
at a party where Marilyn Dennis was there.
Oh yeah, the Marilyn Dennis party. That was a cool one.
She Instagrammed it.
Did.
Really?
Did not tag us.
Did not tag us.
But still.
It was still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel there have been other. You made a cake for your dad.
Curtis Young, who is Dr. Dre's son.
Oh wow! Cool. No way! Really?
A personal birthday cake for him.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
So
big one.
I know you're running through
there's
so many.
Done Ricky Tolman, who's the movie producer.
Wow,
lots of people.
So how did you get those contracts? How did you get those types of clients? You've only been in it for 3.5 years, which is a very short period of time for small businesses. But to have such an exhaustive list of clients,
I think we've definitely created a name for ourselves. Okay. We're starting to get somewhat well known.
Yeah, I mean,
stop being so modest. They are so well known. If you haven't checked out their Instagram page, you absolutely must. Like it's like next level.
Thank you.
It is next level.
We're at almost 6,000. It's not terrible.
We can do some more. So if anyone wants to follow us at ENR Twitter.
Honestly, it was a combination of we actually both started with our own baking businesses out of our parents' homes.
Okay.
And built a little bit of our own clientele and then joined them together. But then the rest of it was honestly word of mouth. Instagram, a little bit of paid advertising, a little on Facebook and Instagram, but word of mouth.
Word of mouth is everything.
Really?
It's done wonders for us.
Our customers are so loyal, and they bring a cake to a party, and then their best friend sees it, and their best friend orders it, and then their daughter sees it.
Yeah.
So on, so on, so on. So
how do you maintain that loyalty, though? Like in a sea, and I want to talk to you a little bit about this, but I just want to kind of precede this question by like, in a sea of like competition, like bakers, it seems like everyone has their own home business. Everyone is wanting to be a baker. Some people have storefronts. Like, how do you maintain loyalty? Like, I look at it in real estate. It is wild how many people don't service their clients after the fact. Like, I've helped you with the transaction. You've helped do a dessert. How do you continue to maintain that loyalty? Because it's huge. Those are advocates for you.
Yeah, the first thing is quality of our actual product.
Yeah, you're right.
Not only is the design and the look of it important to us, but the taste is extremely important to us.
Sure.
So once someone tastes our dessert, they're like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
You are our bakers for life.
Yeah.
Someone tastes it, sees it, it's exactly what they wanted, delivered perfectly. Okay, I know I can trust this person. Easy. It's my kid's birthday again. No question.
Another thing is like our customer service, which is one of like our things that we're top rated on constantly.
Yeah.
And that is what brings people back. Like when you have a good experience in the cake ordering process, they want to come back.
And it takes a lot of time. We give our customers a lot of
much time.
Sometimes 20, 30 emails back and forth. Sometimes an hour consultation. Just takes time.
Yeah. So putting in kind of that front load of work is kind of building that customer service, that relationship that by doing that, as many as our hours and as many emails as it's going to be, you're building that friendship that they're, just like you said, like they've seen it, they know it, they love it, they're just coming back to you. There's no way around it, which is pretty crazy. Do you have any like crazy stories of like clients? Like you don't have to tell like say like exact clients, but like
let's just say too many to count. We could write a book. One day we're gonna write an anonymous book.
Rachel has this thing where she wants to write a lot of books.
Okay.
What?
I don't know where you're gonna find the time to do that.
No, that's
she
like
has so many books to write.
Yeah.
But
about our experiences.
We've had some experience. We can't like give detail, but yes, we've
had a lot of late nights, which
Yeah.
have been hilarious and exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, that's amazing. You know what? And it just speaks to the fact that like you understand that it's not just your product that you're wanting to really push and have people enjoy, but it's really that relationship. And I've been a huge proponent of this. It doesn't matter what you're selling, as long as you're selling a good product, you'll win because of the great service
and that is extremely important to us.
Right? So how do you have people understand that though? Like, I'll get right into the question then. So in a sea of bakers, in a sea of competition, in a sea of like dessert stores popping up everywhere, how do you stand out? How do you differentiate yourselves above that?
Well, again, to go back to customer service, that is a huge thing because we go through so many emails, like 20, 30 emails.
Yeah.
Every single email is about an exact detail of this product that we're making. So either the color, the message, the font, the
tone of the color of the shade of that's going to match the napkin. That's like
oh my gosh.
Where other bakeries will just be like, oh, you want this pink cake. Great.
Yeah.
We go into very, very, very specific detail, and that differentiates us.
So when someone comes up, because I promise you, or I know that people have come up, and they may say, you know what, this wasn't exactly what I was thinking. How do you handle that? How do you manage that?
Well, it's rare.
Yeah.
Because of the detail we put in ahead of time, so it doesn't happen very often.
Rare.
But if it does happen, we will fix it no matter what. Like
maybe I should have structured a little bit. Has it ever happened?
It's
like
happened.
On the rare occasion?
It's happened rarely. Like very, very rarely.
Yeah.
And we will do whatever we can to fix it. Like if it means we're going to the person's house, like personally, like it's always us, and we will do whatever we can to fix it before the party.
Yeah.
Or if it's an after the fact. I mean, the flavor wasn't what they thought it would be. Again, I think it's happened maybe twice in the 3 years. Yeah. But like, come back, we'll give you whatever it is. We'll try to.
And a couple of times something has happened where we felt like we had to like give someone something for the future. They've always come back. Yeah. They've always given us the chance.
That's wild.
Which is amazing.
Especially in business, right? Because in business we look at sometimes people like that as quote unquote problem clients.
Right.
And we're like, well, we don't want to continue to do business. Whereas you have the adversity to face it head on, to push through it, and to still build that advocacy in them, which is a huge differentiator. Like, I'm not going to say I'm a crazy business mind or whatever, but that's how you win. That's how you win, because the challenges you're going to face, you're going to meet them head on, you're going to accept them, and then you're going to grow from that, which I think is phenomenal, which is why you're so popular, right? So let's talk a little bit about social media. So you have a huge following in a very short period of time. Why? How come? Because everyone is always like, it's the follows, it's the likes, it's the views, and people think that way. I have my own opinion, but how has social media impacted your business and kind of elevated your game?
I think a lot of people like our content is like very beautiful to look at. Yeah. Sometimes we do like, it's mainly her, I can't lie. She's always like, videotape it. She does it. She's always like videotaping like icing the swirl and like the sprinkles and slow motion and whatever. And like people die for that.
It's like very satisfying.
Message, or like breaking open a cookie.
We were just looking at some of the videos and it's like, I was watching myself piping Cookie Monster. I was like, I could watch this the whole day.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm like, this is like,
to it, or like ruffling the side of a cake and watching it. Like people say, please post more. Like we love watching it. We love seeing it. So that's an advantage that like what we're actually making is very appealing.
Social media also comes into play with like the word of mouth thing.
Yeah.
Like it's how people hear about us, or someone posts a cake and they're like, oh, where did you get that?
I want that one. I want this one.
Right? So it's meeting your audience where they're already at.
Exactly.
They're on Instagram. Are you anywhere else other than Instagram?
We're on Facebook.
Okay.
And we did have a Twitter, but we didn't find that did anything for us. So we decided to not waste our time on it and put more energy into Instagram.
Sure.
Facebook, it kind of goes hand in hand with Instagram, but even so, Instagram gives us more.
It gives you more. Have you, I think I know the answer to this, but have you actually received like brand new client, someone who doesn't know you, no connection whatsoever, straight off of Instagram?
All the time.
Really?
All the time.
How much, percentage-wise, what do you think, what's that percentage in terms of your business? Like, how much business are you actually getting from Instagram? And the reason I'm asking this is because a lot of people, I do a ton of video, I'm on social media, people are like, yeah, but you know what, like, it looks like a lot of work, but are you getting business from it? And I feel like it's like my deep, dark secret. I'm like, yeah, I actually get quite a bunch of business from this. And do you know, like, have you been able to kind of figure out, like, percentage wise?
I would say, I don't know if you'll agree, but like probably 50% is word of mouth. No, I was going to say is word of mouth.
Okay, yeah.
And then from that other 50%, I think like some people do see us like driving by in the neighborhood. And then maybe like another like 25% comes from social media, whether you see us on Facebook or someone else posted it, or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you say maybe 25%?
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
25.
But also we can tell when we post like a really good video or a really good cake picture, like we get a huge increase in our following.
Okay.
Which in turn often leads to new orders.
We get tons of direct messages on Instagram constantly, even though we say do not message
us
on Instagram.
So how come?
It's too complicated to send pictures. It's like we can't track it.
Okay.
In email, we like to see and like
we want
we
one
both want to be able
for
to
everything.
see it.
Got it. Okay.
So it's like we just don't. It's not easy to work with.
Got it.
We say no problem. Email us here.
Okay.
Call us here. Yeah. Nobody listens to that, and people do it all the time. But yeah, we get every day.
Tons. Yeah. And on Facebook, but
people would die to have that level of business coming in on social media. Like, it's wild that you're getting about 25% of all business from social media. So is there something that you're doing in particular? Like you just shared with us that Erin does the video, she does the pictures and stuff. Like, what is it about? Because I have a camera and I can take pictures of this. Bakers, a lot of bakers and people do it, but you're quite successful at it. Like, why?
We try to film or videotape like as much as we can. We don't use all the content. But again, it's about the content that we feel
is interesting
that people have enjoyed in the past.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I don't know. She's like real. And like a cute caption, and like we speed it up, so it's like that's another thing. There's not 20-minute videos.
Yes.
It's a minute.
Yeah.
Or even less.
Start
sometimes.
to finish this cake, like icing it in a minute or 30 seconds, or
it makes it a bit tough because like we take this like maybe it's like a hour video and I have to cut it down to 1 minute.
Yeah. No, that's hard.
Time.
It also takes time and you have to put the effort in and you get the reward, but sometimes it's like I don't have time for that. But you do it. She does it. She does it. I don't do it.
It's
a lot of work,
sometimes.
But it's so true, and that's why you win. Because like just like you said, it's a lot of work. Taking an hour clip and getting it like gram worthy in like under a minute, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people are going to do that. After putting in like multiple 18-hour days back to back to back, doing events, all of that stuff, people won't do it, but you will do it.
We are not afraid of long hours and hard work.
No.
Can you say that again?
Well, we are not. We're not afraid of long hours and hard work. We probably do 60 to 80-hour weeks.
If we were afraid of that, we would not be here right now. Like,
I love it.
Week 1, we were already working
You
like
know.
those hours.
No, I do. Yeah,
it's crazy.
like seeing the infancy of this relationship dynamic and business to where it is now is unbelievable. It's actually an anomaly because most places are done like at your stage.
Yeah,
3.5 years.
We worked for it.
Yeah, and it was nice like through the years, like each milestone we made, people like congratulated us and said, "Great that you got here."
Yeah,
and that was motivating for us.
Do people ever say, "Hey, you're really young"? Like,
yes,
constantly.
Right?
People
so
especially when we
like,
started.
oh, like
you're so young.
Like are you the owner? Are you
how
sure?
old are you?
Yeah, is your mom around or your dad? Like,
literally.
so how do you take that? Like, do you take it as a
Huge compliment.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Multiple ways. One, it's nice that people think we look
young.
young.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because sometimes people think we're like 23.
Yeah.
20. I don't think we look 23.
Neither do
like,
I, but like
they're
I'll
like,
take
28. Okay, still young, but like not what I thought.
But also it helps.
okay.
It makes us feel accomplished. Like feels cool to be like. Even like a lot of our friends are like, "Isn't it cool that you own a business?"
Yeah.
Like that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it goes over our head a little bit because we're so in it. And we don't like take the time to really be like, okay, look what we did.
Yeah.
But once in a while we even say like, we own this business. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
It happens like randomly.
What are some of, we're going to talk about your business. What are some of the greatest joys of owning and operating your business? So you kind of shared with us being young and people were like, hey, you're young and you have a great business going. What are some of the other joys of owning and operating the business that you'd like to share?
Yeah, it's our baby. It's cool to be able to obviously like make all the decisions. Yeah, exactly. Make all the decisions. And
we're also like very much like the face of the company. Erin once got excuse me, like chased down in Promenade Mall, be like
twice that
day.
You
from Eater
No way, really?
Twice in one day I got chased down. Someone literally like chased me.
It happens
like,
all the time.
I know
We'll be at
you.
like a party or something, be like, oh, like your Eater Speedway, I saw that
Yeah,
here and there. Like
Yeah.
I've had it so many times. People, we have no idea who they are.
That feels
Which
really
is
good though.
really good.
Like flattering,
Really good.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like F-list celebrity.
like a Z-list.
Yeah, but still, it's like, and it's always like a positive thing. It's not like, oh, you're
Yeah.
But yeah, that feels great. Making all the decisions, every single thing we've done from the beginning, the brand, the building, like our bakery is like so beautiful because we made it that way.
So proud of our building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's lots.
And again, like, I know we already covered this, but like, we're so lucky to like be able to work with someone that like we actually like and we chose. It's like, can't choose your family, but you can choose friends, or like all those quotes. But it's true, like.
So I get this question a lot. People are like, you know, what what inspires you to kind of get up every morning and do what you do? And my answer to that is always like to be happy. Like that's really the goal, the motivation. Like I think you can speak to this, but everyone who wants to start, they have grand ideas like running their own business, making gobs and gobs of money, which is fine. But if you're not happy doing it, it's going to be a very short-lived kind of dream. So how do you navigate that?
If you don't love it, it's actually impossible.
So how would you tell someone that they've found something that they love? Like you obviously, like in a very short period of time here, like I know you love what you do. You absolutely love it.
I can say from like personal experience, again, after I'm off the phone with Rachel at the end of the night, I sit on my phone and watch cake videos. After baking for 18 hours, I sit there and just watch more.
So you're like obsessed.
Videos. Like too obsessed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rachel, what about you?
If you don't love it, like she said, like you won't make it. There's going to be money is not our motivator.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we want to make money at it, but it takes a lot of time. And it's been a couple years of, just grinding it out.
Yeah.
And like we said, long hours, hard nights, hard days, decision making, then working, then business running. And if you don't love what you're doing, it's very hard to be motivated to work another day.
And the other thing is, through the years, there's been things that we didn't like to do, and because we're the business owners and the decisions are ours, we eliminated them.
Yeah.
And continued to do the things that we enjoyed to do and took away the things we didn't. So that is definitely a positive of being a business owner.
Do you think you've gotten rid of everything that you don't like doing in business?
No.
Like, do you love washing dishes at the end of an 18-hour shift?
No, but like we don't mind it when it's like a small
when they're to the ceiling and it's 11 o'clock.
Sure.
Yeah, like we don't love mopping the floors,
But it comes with it comes with you're the business owner.
But we like having a clean bakery, so it's very important to us. Like we will never leave.
We were doing it because we want to take care of the floor. We're not doing it.
We will never leave a dish in the sink. Like that is not allowed in our bakery. It is an unknown. Well, not unknown. It is a very known rule.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's tremendous though. Like really waking up, having the passion, the motivation to do the things, even if it's some things that you don't necessarily want to do, but just understanding that big picture, as long as you love it, like that's really the game plan, is just to absolutely love it, is tremendous. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Please stay tuned for part 2 next week. As always, be great, be kind, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.